escaped.
Thank goodness.
Hello and welcome to Movies with Birthday Mum.
Yay!
Each time we go out, we take you with us on our cinema trips to review the film.
And the ice cream.
Hello, Mum.
Hello, Conrad.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's not actually your birthday,
No.
it should be said.
Not till Thursday.
But this is sort of a birthday treat because what film are we going to see?
We're going to see Downton Abbey.
Ooh.
Yay! I've
So,
been waiting for this.
yes, you're excited about this. You're a big fan of the series?
Loved it. It was on for 6 seasons between 2010 and 2015, and I mean it's famous worldwide. It's been well loved all over the world. It's a fantastic series.
So it's a costume drama.
That's right, set during the Edwardian era, 1912 to 25. So covering the First World War.
Okay, so it's Edward and a bit of George.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, it's very good. It all centres around the Crawley family.
Oh.
And they've got an estate. They're an aristocratic family and they live in Yorkshire, but it's not actually filmed in Yorkshire. And they lived in a big house called Downton Abbey, which is absolutely beautiful. And of course they've got servants. Mm-hmm. Lord Grantham is the father, and he's got 3 daughters, Lady Mary, Lady Edith and Lady Sybil. He's also got a son, but the first series opens with him getting the news that his son has died on the Titanic.
Oh my.
Yeah, so his son and heir has gone down on the ship and there's nobody, because of course those days women couldn't take over control, and he had 3 daughters.
Oh, so he's shopping them about for a suitable heir, is he?
Well, they think that, but then this very distant cousin called Matthew Crawley comes to visit with his mother, and he's a lawyer and he's next in line, and that does not go down well.
Oh, so it's lots of upstairs, downstairs drama and inheritance intrigue and affairs and...
Well, the Lady Mary, the eldest daughter, and Matthew actually fall in love, and they're going to get married, and everybody's thinking, oh, that's going to be a lovely end to season 1. It's going to be fantastic. They're going to get married and settle down, and the estate's going to be all right. And then Matthew gets killed in a car crash, which was an awful way to end it. So then it goes on from there, and it's kind of love and romance and how their lives are changing through World War I, because the house is commandeered by the army as an officers' like recuperation, people that have been
shell-shocked, they called it back then.
Yeah.
PTSD, we call it now.
That's right, yeah. So, you know, there's lots of things going on. There's a lot of political stuff going on in it as well, because times are changing, women are becoming more independent. Yeah, it's really good. And each daughter has got their own, obviously, storyline. They've got different characters.
Yeah.
So Lady Mary's the eldest and she's very strong. Lady Edith is one that can't really find her way. She ends up falling in love with the editor of a women's magazine, and she actually ends up running the magazine. Has a little baby because they get engaged, but unfortunately he goes off to Germany and he doesn't come back, and she's left with the baby, which wasn't good those days. So the baby gets farmed out to a couple that live on the estate. So it's all very complicated. There's a gay butler, and of course that didn't go down well then because they got imprisoned. And one of the maids is raped by a guest, and yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's a soap.
It's a big soap.
Yeah.
With lots of different things going through it, but it's very good. And of course the star of the show is Maggie Smith, who is the Dowager Countess and has the most fantastic one-liners you've ever heard in your life.
Cineworld!
Cineworld!
Yes, I've not seen the series, so the only thing I know about it is that it's a costume drama, which is all terribly British, and Maggie Smith has all the best lines.
She does. You were watching some of them last night, weren't you?
I caught a YouTube montage of her wonderful put-downs. I think probably my favourite one would have to be somebody saying to her, "Oh, I'll take that as a compliment," and her reply was, "Oh, I must have said it wrong." Which is fabulous. I'm going to try and use that in everyday life.
She's amazing. I love her. She says the most fantastic put-you-downs you ever heard in your life. So I'm looking forward to seeing her.
Yes.
And of course, Lord Grantham is played by Hugh Bonneville, is it? Or Bonneville? Something like that?
Yes.
I don't know if you know him. Oh, there's no
No.
spaces today.
No, there are not.
That's because
Not a
all the
lot.
old people are up here to see Downton.
That's
There's one
not
over
good.
there, look.
Yeah, I'll have to go for that.
But yeah, I'm really interested to see how they've brought it forward.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice to do a movie out of a series. I mean, it tends not to work, it has to be said. And usually they fall back on the old staples of people going on holiday somewhere exciting.
That's right, yeah.
They haven't done that this time. It's all
No.
centred around a royal visit, I believe.
That's right. So it must be King George.
Guess it must
No,
be.
Edward, sorry. Edward.
No, I think Edward's dead, isn't he?
I don't know, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
And we'll see you later.
Bye for now. So we have slid gracefully out of the Georgian era into 2019. Mum, what did you think of Downton Abbey?
Very disappointed.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, very disappointed.
I thought you were wrapped up in it there.
No, it was... They were kind of rushed it too much. They tried to condense it too much, I felt, and the people were, what is it they call, caricatures of themselves?
Yes, sort of simplified,
Yeah.
jokey versions of themselves.
rather than the in-depth people we got to know in the series.
Really?
Yeah, but I think that's bound to happen, isn't it?
It depends how much you try to bite off. If you've got a 2-hour movie, you can either focus on a smaller group of characters with the understanding that some of the others might get more of a look in another one, or you can try to do everybody, and it just really did feel as though they were trying to do everybody, but that meant that everybody had a character arc in about 3 scenes.
That's
it was,
right. Yeah,
here's the person, here's what their problem is, here's it getting worse and or better, and now it's solved. 3 scenes.
Yeah, it was too quick. It was all too rushed, and you just didn't... You know, I know all those people really well over the
6 years.
6 years it was on television. None of their personalities came across at all.
Oh.
I mean, visually, it was beautiful.
Yeah, I think they did a good job of trying to make it more cinematic. They filled the widescreen frame, some big drone shots over the top of Downton Abbey at sunset and sunrise. They did their best with it.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying they didn't. I think they did. Visually it was beautiful, all the costumes were beautiful. I didn't feel that Maggie Smith was as good in this.
No. In fact, all of her best bits had already been put in the trailer, so that was a bit...
Yeah, it was a disappointment, wasn't it? I don't know, it just didn't sit right with me. I just sat there thinking, how much longer is this going to be on?
Right.
That's the first film I've ever felt like that in. I just wanted to get out of there. It was awful.
I was just wondering whether it was me, because I have no familiarity with it at all, but I do love a costume drama. And I don't mind it being an ensemble piece. Julian Fellowes himself, his first script was Gosford Park, and that was a very
brilliant.
successful ensemble film. But this, as I said, it just felt like either I needed to know an awful lot more to figure out what the hell was going on, or it just wasn't registering at all. I just wasn't interested.
No, I could tell that you were kind of slumped down in your chair, and I can always tell when you're not interested in a film. But I mean, that, you know, sometimes that worries me, but it didn't worry me because I totally agreed with you. And I know it was harder for you because or perhaps it was harder for me because I knew the characters. I don't know.
Well, it should work for both, that it fails for both.
I think so.
It should be such a strong human drama that you get engaged in it whether you know the richness of the backstory anyway.
It didn't though, did it? I mean,
No.
and the first half an hour of the film was so full of stuff. I couldn't I was thinking, what on earth have they done with this? I mean, I know the king was coming and they were all rushing about and everything, but I don't know. It didn't sit right. It was very disappointing. Even that quick bit at the end where bad news is given,
Yeah.
it didn't sit right.
No, it didn't, and it felt just like an excuse for certain characters to not be in it next time
Yeah.
if they do another one.
That's exactly what I thought. Oh, she's not in it if it comes back then. But no, what a disappointment, Conrad. I was so looking forward to that. My birthday film, and I enjoyed it. Chapter 2 more than I did that.
Well, now there you go. There's a shocker. You see, I was going to say to you, what can I expect? You know, what sort of thing should I be in for? But I thought, it's a British heritage piece. It's a costume drama. I mean, how does it sit in today's landscape? That's what I'm wondering, Should we still be hearkening back to this kind of life? I know it's popular for tourists and we sell this kind of stuff, but to me it just, especially when it's as unengaging as this, it just looks like an empty confection to me.
Well, they were kind of hinting at, the gay butler and his friend were saying, do you think it's always going to be like this for us and, for gay men? And they were hinting at what it would be like, and Lady Mary says, yeah, but is Downton going to be, should we get rid of it and all the rest of it? So they do kind of tend to go towards or hint at it.
Yeah, they gesture towards it, but the final conclusion is, no, it must stay forever.
Yeah.
And you think, well, that kind of attitude's got us into a hell of a lot of trouble recently.
Exactly. Yeah, never mind.
So, Downton, out of 10.
4 for effort, I think.
Yeah.
4 for the scenery.
It's a lukewarm Christmas special,
Sure.
I think you're right.
Yeah, to me that's exactly what it felt like, a rush Christmas special.
Yeah.
Shame.
3, I would say. It's not a
okay.
movie, it's a Christmas special with a few widescreen shots. What about the ice cream?
Well, we had something different today. We had a sundae, didn't we?
We were greedy. We tried 2 flavours each.
Yeah, I had strawberry lemonade, which was a sorbet, and vanilla, and I had mini Easter eggs on it, and that was very nice. I'd give that a 6.
Fizzy.
Was fizzy. What about you?
I had the chocolate fudge, death by fudge, chocolate with chocolate. And chocolate Hershey's bar, and the death by chocolate was so rich, it was richer than Downton Abbey. And the Hershey bars were horrible.
Oh, were they those plastic ones again?
Horrible, yeah. Don't know why I fell for it again. So, 5.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So never mind.
Never mind.
We got out.
Maybe we'll do better next weekend when Gary
Yes.
might be with us.
That would be lovely. I'm looking forward to that. Bye-bye for now.
Bye for now.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Boy, I really need a pee.